Welcome to the birthplace of the sport of bobsledding, St. Moritz, Switzerland. We're here for the 8th and final World Cup two-man bobsled event. The second run will crown a World Cup season champion today. But there's a lot of pressure here from these athletes. Athletes are trying to qualify for the Olympic Games in Beijing, just 3 weeks away. Hello, everybody. I'm John Morgan, joined by Lamin Dean, the two-time Olympian from Great Britain, and in the first heater, Justin Cripps. Well, he's battling for the second or third spot in the World Cup standings. It's him and Gatukovic who's coming up. Cripps in third. He's had a great season in two-man, four-man. He is the defending gold medalist from the Olympics in 2018. Here's a good story here. Lochner, he's been a little bit of a slump, this German athlete. Didn't have a great run down the track in the first run, but surprisingly, he surprised me, he ended up in second place. But there's no slump in this guy. Francisco Friedrich, Thorsten Margits. He won his first world championship here in 2013. He's won every world championship since. He is like the greatest of all time, what he's accomplished in the sport. Didn't have the best start time, which is something I was surprised about. But he flew down the bottom part of the track. Yes, a track record. Yes, he's in first place. And Lamin, you've been competing against that Friedrich for a long time. He's quite an athlete, huh?
He is indeed, John, and you know, a force to be reckoned with. You know, as you know, he just puts it down week in, week out, and there's no giving up.
Here's our results. First top 10 there, and then Frank Del Duca, Josh Williams from the United States, they qualified. 28 sleds in the field, and 8 did not qualify, including the guy sitting next to me, Lamin Dean. So I went right out and got him to be my broadcast partner because he knows way more about this track than I do. And but you know, there's races within races. Some countries get 3 sleds, some countries get 2. There is the guy. He's a great sportsman too, isn't he, Lamin?
Oh, he is. You know, he'll help anyone, advice, etc. And you know, in this sport, you're racing against the track. You're not actually on the track with anybody else. You know, it's you against the clock.
There's Cripps, Mr. Baumgartner, I think that is.
No.
Swiss guys, Michel Vogt, Romanians.
Tentea.
Yeah, and there's our young American athlete that be one of the first guys off, Frank Del Duca. Here's our start list. Tentea, Sprague, Del Duca. This is 20th place to 1, 2-heat cumulative time. And, you know, there's athletes that have not qualified yet for the Olympic Games within their country standards, within the IOC standards. Some countries get 3 sleds, some countries get 2, some only get 1. There's races within races. A lot of action here in the next 50 minutes. First athlete top of the track, Mihai Christian Tentea. This young athlete, the youngest in the field, but we've been saying that. Lamin, first since he came out about 5 years ago. He's only 23.
Exactly. I think his first race was the Olympic Games, his first major.
But he's, you know, he doesn't get great starts, and boy, he can't make a mistake like that.
And I tell you something, John, that first kink this year is pretty tricky.
A lot of people go by there and bang like he did, but boy, you know, he doesn't get the starts. Romania doesn't get
as you go on.
107.06. He's slower there by 22 hundredths. And he had a 200 slower start time. So that tells me, because it's late in the afternoon, maybe that second heat magic's not going to happen here, because, you know, it's not like the morning to the second heat, you know, 11, 12 o'clock.
Sure, John, sure.
How about the start here? This is tricky, huh?
And you'll probably see his runner start to turn early now. That's to get on the kink early to avoid the skid, but unfortunately he didn't. Here we go, Shamrock as well. This has been catching a lot of people out, including myself, and you can lose a lot of time from the speed you've built up in horseshoe.
Straight away down there, Gunter Sachs. See a lot of skidding going on. He'll be going to the Olympics. He's qualified through the Romanian program. Next up, here's Christopher Sprague and Mike Evler. Boy, they had a bad exit of wall here in the first heat, Lamin. You know Springer, he shouldn't be back here in this position.
No, he shouldn't, and there you go. The first kink caught him out slightly. That will hurt his velocity a little bit.
Watch him in wall. That's where he hit the wall on the left before he got to the exit of wall. That is where he lost all his time.
There you go. This year, wall is sort of trickier than it's ever been in my time. There's a big pressure at the start, and if you don't get that right, then you'll almost hit the inside wall.
He's 4,300s up now. He could get up to 60, 6,500s, post a great time. He could live in the leader's box 7, 8 more sleds from that first heat mistake.
Oh, for sure, and that was a fantastic horseshoe, telephone and shamrock, so that will really help his speed.
He's got the best speed, but this is Christopher Sprague, 4th place at Altenburg earlier this year in the 2-man event, and he's just one of them guys that loves driving bobsled.
He loves it, and he's got magic hands indeed.
Best speed in the finish. Could get it out to 60/100s. See what he does. Watch the difference in these 2 times.
Wow.
106.34. He did 106.75 in the first run. So I don't think the track's going to speed up. He went much better, but at 106.34, if you look at that, that would have put him way down into the top 10. Yeah, Brad Hall, you would have put him in 7th in the first heat.
Wow, I think he will stay in the leader's box for a while then.
Yeah, good run. And it's a shorter start track, so you get in with less steps.
The grooves are short this year, and again, you'll see him steering slightly left to try and stay straight after that kink, which isn't a kink this year. It's just a little lump.
Okay, so now we move on to Frank Del Duca, Joshua Williamson. Del Duca from the University of Maine. Josh Williamson, he's one of the athletes that they found on the next great Olympic athlete. And Williamson, he's got a strange background from Florida. Del Duca, the only American sled. Church didn't make the second run. Del Duca, you remember him as a brakeman. He's like you, he moved up to the driver's seat.
I do, and I'm so impressed with this guy. You know, he came to Europe this year and just nothing fazed him. 2-man, 4-man, you know, doing a fantastic job.
How long does it take to get good on these tracks, Lavin? I mean, you've been out here for a couple Olympic Games. How long does it take?
You know what, John? I was only saying it this morning. You know, I don't think it's time. It's just time on track. It's runs, getting your runs in. You know, and being comfortable in the sled.
So, Del Duca trying to chase down Spring. That's going to be difficult. Spring's 4-time Olympic veteran. Only 300s back. Let's see what the speed is. Ooh, big. That's you talked about. Oh, a couple hits there, huh?
Definitely. That's going to hurt him a bit. Top speed here.
He went from 300s down to 1400s down. Now the question is, he's got plenty of time. He can only drop 1 spot. Not a bad result for this rookie from the University of Maine. He's got a little auto racing background too. He likes to say that driving a sled here is like driving a rally car through the woods.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, fair one. Yeah, I agree.
So Frank Del Duca, 2nd ever World Cup. He's buying time for the former brakeman.
Good job, Frankie.
Couple mistakes. How's that line in horseshoe?
I think it's a great line. He was up there, right there in the woods, at the wood, sorry. Turned well, and he was on early enough. I just don't think he got on the shamrock early enough and turned, hence why, you know, he went straight into the right-hand wall, driver's right-hand wall.
A lot of people doing that, but he hit both walls, both sides. That really cost him there. But Frank Del Duca, most likely on the U.S. Olympic team. Now next up, Patrick Baumgartner from Italy. Alex Werner here. Brand new sled, built by Mani Mahata, and gets no start, but boy, he had great speed in the bottom part of the track.
Great speed, and like you said, the sled there. Mani Mahata is a bit of a genius when it comes to that, putting sleds together, and yeah, he's flying.
Baumgartner, Alpine skier. Got 4 more years. He's been around for 2 Olympics, but he's looking 4 years down the road to a home Olympics. His favorite athlete, Valentino Rossi.
Oh, I thought it was Lamindine.
That was you too? Alex Werner, he's a track and field athlete. And, you know, here it is. He's 2,200s back, 3rd best speed, but this is where he started to rocket. Let's look at the speed on the left side of the screen. Should be at least 2nd. There it is. He hit twice, too, though. That's in a shamrock. 3,100s back. Well,
He's bringing it back a little.
yeah, second best speed, better than Frank Del Duca. 3,500s is what Del Duca's behind. Second best speed. He's going to do it. He's going to stay and going to drop one spot behind Sprague, but stay ahead of Bumgardner. Oh, he doesn't.
Sprague. Wow.
Bumgardner got him by 400s. Or no, more than that, 1000s. Boy, he wasn't as good in the second run as he was in the first run on the bottom, Lemon, because, you know, he had that speed, he had that start deficiency. He had the 23rd best start and drove himself into that position. How's this line?
That is as close as you want to be. Not bad at all. Great line.
How much steering is to get out of the curve? How much do you steer here, Lemon?
Not a great deal, John. Not as much as you think. You just let the sled go up naturally, and it's just a tweak off, but you have to do it at the right time.
Here, everybody, another victim on the exit of Shamrock, but I think 80% of the field. He'll be going to the Olympics.
He's not the first, and he won't be the last, John.
Ivo de Bruin. Yon Jung. Well, here's another one, gets a bad start, but boy, he flew on the bottom part of the track.
Ivo's top speed has been, you know, phenomenal in 2N format throughout the season. But like you said, just a little bit lacking on the start.
Well, questions whether or not he'll get named into the Olympic team according to Dutch Olympic standards. But yesterday, Kimberly Boss from the Netherlands won the Women's World Cup skeleton title. The Netherlands, they're famous for winning races on ice, but it's with speed skates,
skating, yeah.
not in skeleton.
Wow.
And it was quite a day for the Netherlands. And congratulations to Kimberly Boss. That was exciting to watch.
Hey, John, do you know she started out as a bobslayer?
Yeah, she was in the Junior Olympics.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
She transitioned over. Boy, there's a 1700s back right here. This is where he started the motor, the first run. He really flew. Only the 5th best speed here, though. Lyman, that exit of Shamrock might have did him in.
It definitely did. And I think Ivo benefits slightly from going off in a later sled like myself, but he's starting to pick up the speed a little.
I don't know. 59.4. So Del Duca moves up another. Del Duca was 16, but Ivo drops back. He'll probably finish 18th or 19th unless something happens here.
Looks like old Frankie had a good run.
Yeah, well,
But Spring had a super run.
well, Sprague had a bad first run.
Indeed.
He shouldn't be back here. He should be up in the top 10. It's a little skid there going into Horseshoe. Is that costly?
It is. If you go right side, it's going to push you flat. If you go left side, it's going to push you right up to the roof. So you want to be sort of go in middle.
How about here? Everybody's hitting here, right?
Oh, yeah, and you want to steer way earlier than that.
Ah, jammer. Bedankt voor het kijken.
Love you, Eva.
Okay, Maxim Andrianov, excuse me, Efimov, the brakeman. Here's Springs, the leader. But this guy went early. He went like second.
Exactly.
And
I
that
think,
was a disadvantage, right?
yeah, for sure. And I think he's going to really show what he's got now.
Now, if anybody's going to challenge. Oh, what's that?
Get in there.
Oh, no, that's a disaster. The push bar and all of the above. Oh, wow.
This is the game we're in, John. When you're pushing as fast as you can and you have to get into that little sled, you know, it's not easy.
I call it hopping in a bathtub.
Smaller than a bathtub, John.
Well, he's got a lot to work on here. He's 50/100s back. I think he's going to fall behind everybody in the field. I don't think he can bring it back from here. You know, maybe maybe one spot. Oh, real low there, Lemon.
Real low. But let's see. No, with that hit there, I think he's sentenced the back of the field.
Yeah, he's still 51/100s, 70/100s now. He's not going to make any of that. He's going to lose more. So Maxim Andrianov, victim at the start, going to fall back. A couple athletes are going to move up. Springs moved up 4 already. Another Chris Spring victim right here, 107.15. He is 4700 slower That's a good strategy, doing bad in the first heat, doing great in the second heat, and live in the litters box. You've done that before.
Yeah, I did that last year, actually. In the four-man, we moved up 5 places. It's not advisable, though.
No, not if you want to win a medal. Look what happens here.
You see, he just launches.
Slip.
And then slip. But he done well to get in there. He really did. As a pilot, you've not only got to run, push off the bar, get in, you know, get out the way of the D-rings. There's all sorts to do. And then put the handle down before going through the first corner. So he's done well to get in.
And then the handle here comes down on top of the car. A lot of people wait to get around the curb before they put the handle down because it'll hit the sidewall.
Exactly.
Well, to the back of the field. Okay, we move on. Team Austin Taylor here. What if this is a Swiss sled? That's what he's driving. Yeah, Austin is. Well, that caught me off guard. Driving a Swiss sled. I didn't see that in the first run. But Taylor Austin and Lawrence Shack Murray. This guy Murray in the back's quite a big dude, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's a football player, right?
CFL football player, plays for the Alouettes. And Sprague, you know, Taylor Austin has, you know, done pretty good coming out of the North America's Cup qualifying. And what kind of deals go on when they run a sled like that?
Well, the community is so tight, and you know, if you're in need, he came off sharp there, hit off horseshoe, shamrock, and it's just very difficult for him to catch up now.
How is it? You know, how difficult is it to get used to a sled? He's hardly ever been on this track.
Wow, and again, that goes back to the experience, but 2, 3, 4 days, 4 sessions to get used to the sled, you know.
Taylor Austin, 7th best speed. He's going to drop 3 or 4 spots. And 4 spots. Frankie Del Duca and Spring move up again. Spring's now picked off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As you said, he's going to stay in there for
Leader's
a while.
box for a long time. Well, that's because he had a bad first run. But Taylor Austin will go to Canada, will go to the Olympics. Canada gets 3 sleds. That's if the Canadian Olympic Committee allows it. But the Canadians have got enough points to get 3 sleds into the Olympic Games. How's that line? How's that head bouncing around? What's that? When the head's bouncing around like that?
It's just, you know, he's coming at such a sharp angle, hits the exit of horseshoe, and then he's got no chance in telephone to get on and steer, and then it just carries on into shamrock.
Late, bang.
Yeah.
Well, not having experience on the track, not having experience with the sled, he'll still be going to Beijing.
He's done fantastically well.
Team Sipulus from Latvia. This guy's been coming on, right? You know, you've watched him. What do you think? I mean, the Latvians are all big guys.
They are, and they're known for their starts. I think they were 19 in the first heat?
Yeah. Ooh, that's not too bad. 5:19 again.
Not bad.
The velocity, that's all going around the first curve. Second best velocity, that's pretty good, right?
Pretty good. Again, he's had 2 scrapes there. That's going to hurt you a little bit. Let's see how he takes a walk on it.
He banged there before the wall.
There you go. We got pushed away.
Well, everybody gets pushed away.
Yeah.
Snake curves now into this sunny.
Only 500s in it.
Hey, so Nash and Dixon coming up, named after the 2 British guys who won the gold medal in '64. Did you ever meet them?
Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Robin Dixon. He's a former Grenadier Guard, if you didn't know that.
Just like you.
Just like
Lamin is a guardian of the Queen. How many years have you been on the job?
Oh, 22 years. I'm not that old, though.
1000's back. He's got a chance, though. Second best speed. Let's see what he gets here. Ooh, skid there. Second best speed. Well, he's going to probably drop 1. I can't see him dropping more than 1. Yeah, 2600. So Spring got another victim. There's Sanders Prusis, you know, the longtime Latvian coach. Great driver in his own day. But this young Sipulus guy, he's, you know, buying his time. Could be the next big Latvian to win a lot of medals, and we've seen a lot of that. Talk about the start here.
Again, you know, just to concentrate, and he would have seen what's happened to the pilots before, so that will be going through in your head. And as you see, he just goes straight in. Some drivers jump onto the seat, some drivers just go straight in. He went straight in, and you can see he's turning, going into the first kink already.
How'd he do coming around there? Okay.
I think he'd done fantastically well.
How about this line here? Pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
Into wall. Does he hit here before wall?
Just gets pushed away, which is going to put him late.
Okay, next up, Roman Heinrich from France. And this guy's an engineer.
He is, yeah, very smart man.
Do you talk to him all about the equipment?
Oh, I do. He knows everything there is to know about equipment. You know, some would say he's obsessed with equipment, and you know, it shows because he's always fast down the track.
He doesn't get the great starts, you know, but you know, not bad. 5:26. That's middle of the pack. But you know, he's definitely a student of the game.
Yes.
How much of an advantage you think it is him being an engineer and also an athlete?
Oh, of course, because you think outside of the box, you know, and as you would say, probably a bit too smart to be a bobslayer.
I've said that a few times.
Yeah.
Horseshoe, well, he's in the lead, or he's 100 back at the moment. He's only 100 back, best speed.
Good
Ooh,
speed.
that was a pretty good exit there.
It was indeed.
Shamrock, he could pull it off. Well, still 100, still got the best speed. This track rewards you for top speed. He's got to be straight here out of Sachs. He is. Oh boy, either way, should be enough.
Yeah,
should be right to the 100th. Roman Heinrich against Chris Spring, and he gets him. That's what good driving will do right there.
That's it. Great speed, great driving.
Yeah, Spring beat him by 800ths at the start, but Heinrich shows his abilities as a driver.
Well done. Yes, he's happy with that. He just let it fly, John.
To start. Watch what happens here in the King. Difficult getting around there, right?
It's difficult. It's putting the handle there is the difficult part, and steering.
This wasn't bad here out of Shamrock, right?
It was great. He got away with that.
He was the first guy we see didn't hit.
Precisely.
So Roman Heinrich off to the leader's box, and next up, you know, a guy who's wounded, Dominic Dvorak. You know how good of an athlete this guy is.
He's a fantastic athlete.
10, 8, 800 meters, but doesn't have good start times all year, so this is my first time in 2 years on site with the athletes. Hey, Dominic, what's wrong? Bad back, can't train all summer. And he's just average starts.
Yeah, you can say he's not giving 100% there.
Well, 5:29 in the first run, 5:28 here. He drove really well in the first run.
Oh, he flew, and he was flying in training also, so stand by for a very quick one, I reckon.
When I look at him, I look at the athletes, I always want to say, who do you think the best athlete in the field is amongst the drivers? I put him right up there.
He's up there, but you've got to put Friedrich up there, obviously.
Oh, Friedrich. Well, when Friedrich tests in the summer, he tests out as good as his brakeman.
Yeah. As does Brad Hall.
Brad Hall, too. Yeah, well.
Fantastic athlete.
And I hear Gatukovic is a pretty good athlete, too.
Yeah. But that's the trend. That's the trend, putting brakeman in the front seat.
A couple hits there. 10 hundredths up. Speed, excellent. But he's got the experience in this track. Only the third best speed, but he should hold this 10 hundredths unless he goes sideways here out of Gunther Sachs. Not bad. Should be top 2 speed. Yeah, it should be enough for him to maintain his place. 700s, 106.37.
Fantastic run.
A little bit faster than his first run, 1900s better. So Dvorak, he's on his way to the Olympic Games for like his third as a driver, I think. He likes it. Yeah, he hasn't had many good results this year.
After Latvia, his crew, 2 of his crew, 3 of his crew members tested positive, so they're not here. He's got a guy from Europa Cup.
Well, you know, and this is his best finish of the year, was 12th. He's going to finish 10th,
Fantastic.
11th, so best finish of the year. Way to finish going into the Olympic Games for Dominic Dvorak. Heinrich Spring, 10 best sleds to come in the final heat, a 2-man bobsled from historic St. Moritz. This is my 40 years I've been coming here, since 1982, the World Championships. Do you have the same passion coming here like I do?
Oh, most definitely, John. You know, it's fantastic. It's a breath of fresh air, you know, and obviously the season's been dominated by the German tracks, which, you know, we all know and love, but it's great to come to the mountains. Beautiful weather, best weather we've had, you know, all season as well.
Well, it's usually like this when we come here.
Yeah.
But we've seen it cold, so, you know, when was your first year here?
God. We're going back now. As a brakeman, it was in 2008.
2008,
Yeah.
so you've got 13 years. Just think when you get 40 years like me.
Oh, wow. Gosh, yeah. Maybe I'll be in here with you permanently.
I don't think I'll be here for you that length of time.
I'm sure
but,
you will, John.
But it's just, you know, the birthplace of our sport, you just feel it. Everything, just the Olympics and everybody's love and passion for Alpine World Championships were here a couple years ago. You know, and the Gunter Sachs Lodge, the pictures in Gunter Sachs Lodge, you walk in there, you can just spend time looking at pictures that are 70, 80, 100 years old.
If you want to know about bobsleigh and skeleton, come to St. Moritz, come to the Start House. It's all there. And, you know, when you turn up to somewhere like this, you know, the mood of the athletes totally change, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, that's an understatement. So,
Yes, no.
we got top 10 sleds coming, World Cup title on the line, but I think we're going for second, third, and fourth. You know,
Yeah.
that other guy's on another planet. But, you know, COVID's chased away a lot of the crowd like it has in most tracks, but one thing is for sure, they like the sport here.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome back to the final 10 sleds of World Two-Man Bobsledding from St. Moritz. John Morgan with Lamin Dean, two-time Olympic member of the British bobsled team, sitting next to me. Marcus Treichel, he's in a spot he hasn't been in all year. He falls 2 spots.
2 spots.
So Heinrich moves up another, but still 11th, he ties himself.
Exactly.
Well, you know, he's going to be 12th here, so he won't match his best time ever. He falls 2 spots.
That was a pretty good drive. I think, you know, it must be equipment. His equipment.
Yeah, he went slower by 700ths, where Dvorak went faster the second run. Pretty good line and exit.
Pretty good line indeed.
Can you feel it coming out of that curve? When
Oh,
you
yes.
do it right, you can just feel it?
Feel it, and you can feel the velocity out of it.
We say slingshot effect out of there. Is that true?
That's it. That's it. Bang on.
Marcus Treichel through and down. His season is over.
Hometown boy.
Michael Vogt, Andreas Haas. Didn't drive that well in the first heat.
He's going to be looking to move up a few.
Let's see what he can do. Don't want to push too far. Ooh, the push bar, and he patiently waits. 5:22. Now in the first heat,
And that's
he
the
had a
thing.
5:21.
That's the thing. He didn't panic. He was patient, waited for the right time to put the handle down.
2200ths lead. Well, Dvorak had a lesser start time, so this should grow out to 28 or 2900ths here. 24. Didn't grow out as much as it should have. The Swiss, this isn't really a home track advantage for these guys because the track doesn't open till Christmas. 2200ths coming back to the field. Second best speed, though. Ooh, hard hit there.
That's going to hurt him a little bit, John.
1600s. Ooh, gets dicey now. Fourth best speed.
I think he'll have enough to hang on.
Dominic Dvorak would love to see some falter here. Third best speed. We're getting into single digits here. Yes, 106.36. So 1400's better. Crowd at the start. Acknowledge it. You know, for this young athlete, he's 8th in World Cup points. You know, hasn't had very good results. Couple double digits, 2 of the last 3 times out, but he'll be in the top 10 before this day is over in World Cup.
Now that's a great line. Just by the horseshoe sign, as high as he can get. And just now, just a tweak off and let the sled do the rest. And it takes confidence to do that whilst you're up in the woodwork, just to tweak it and let it go.
You tweak it, it's like a blink of an eye.
And that's it.
How about that hit, though? He drifts over, hits twice. That didn't help.
Again, not the first. He won't be the last.
Next up from Germany, Christoph Hofer, Marcus Sommer, Matthias Sommer on the brakes. He's got to watch out here. He's got the 6th World Cup position. He'll be the 3rd German sled going to the games. Doesn't get the starts the other 2 German sleds do, but pretty accomplished driver, isn't he?
He is, and he flew in the first half. Oh, the 8th fastest velocity. And as I said, this straight, it just wants to put you into the wall, so you're constantly steering down that straight. That's what people don't see.
Well, he got beat up at the start. That's why he's in the red numbers. He had 700's lead, and it's red numbers, 700's backs. I think that's, if he stops the bleeding, he can catch. And boat on the bottom.
There we go, that's a pretty good line.
Speed, 500. Should be the best speed. No, only the 6th best speed. Ooh. He's got to watch out here. He's only 700 between first and second. But here he goes. This is what you expect out of this guy. Started in Rouge and got 1 medal so far on tour this year. 2nd best speed should be enough to be the leader.
1500.
Ooh, no clock there. Check it out. 106.20 fast. He is the leader. That's so Rennie's piece. Rennie, it's okay. He is the leader. We see it on our screens. 106.20, 2900's better.
Exactly.
And then in the 2nd heat than the 1st.
142.3 speed, great speed.
Yeah, 84.5 miles an hour on the speed. And strange, though, they didn't have the top speed coming out of here because these look great.
But he benefited from a great sort of telephone shamrock.
Yeah, he didn't hit out. Here's the place. Everybody's hitting the left side here.
Again, not that damaging. It's not been the worst.
Okay. Next up, Yon Jung Juan from Korea. And this guy has been flying the last 3 or 4 weeks. He's coming on, isn't he, Lamin?
He is, right at the right time also.
Yeah, he just doesn't get the starts he used to get. How big are these guys from the hips down? They're quads. Can you believe how big they are?
Absolutely. They're monsters, John.
Have you ever seen them in the gym?
I have. And these guys spot the world. We're in a hotel with them, and put it this way, you don't want to be in breakfast after them.
200's down, that's because of the start. Well, in fact, he had the same start as Hafer. But on the first heat, Yon Jung Juan, the Olympic silver medalist in 4-man. But Lamin, you were on tour when he won the World Cup season title in 15-16. He was winning gold medals on German tracks.
Absolutely.
Was that some unbelievable season or what?
Koningsee took the gold medal.
Here he comes.
Wow.
Look at the speed.
Wow.
100. Look at the speed. This is what he did in the first run. This is what he's been doing the last 3 or 4 weeks, flying on these tracks. 400s, only the 3rd best speed. I think that's because he hit hard out of Shamrock. No giving yet. He doesn't have it in the bank yet. Watch the speed, bottom left, 5th best speed. I don't know. Could be red numbers.
Got it.
100.
Wow. Usually see this at, Innsbruck and Winterberg.
That's cruel.
Yeah, I know.
You've lost by 100, you've won by 100.
Oh,
either way, not fair.
That's racing.
Yeah, that's racing. Yon Jung Juan, he's 59th World Cup start. And this is some powerful athlete. Doesn't get the 2-man starts he used to in the 15-16 season. But if he ever did, he's one of the best eyes and hands in the field, isn't he?
Oh, of course. Of course he is. 2-man, 4-man, his top speeds are always there.
A legend in the sport for that legendary medal he won in Korea in the silver medal. Forever they'll talk about what he did for the sport in Asia. Okay, now we start to get a little serious. Brad Hall from Great Britain. It's his 45th start. Nick Gleason, your buddy, you know him very well.
Yeah, these guys have done fantastically well this season. And, you always know they're going to start. And the driving's been exceptional.
Ooh, is that okay? 5:10, wow. Where's that? They had 5:15 in the first run. Best velocity, too. He snuck around that chick, huh?
He did, you know. He was forward thinking.
Yeah, obviously. Well, he's 50 World Cup points. He needs, you know, he's not far out of fourth. He's going to have to post a great time and hope the team's in front of a falter to get into a top 3 position. But he's had a great season.
Absolutely. As you say, you know, stand out. Absolute standout. 3
podiums. It's the best speed. Ooh, second hit out of Shamrock, though. What happens when you hit the wall like that? Do you swear at yourself or you just move on?
You've got to move on, but you do. You're meant to keep it in your rear view, but you do indeed.
Going to finish second best speed. This could be enough. I don't know if it's going to be enough to move up, but
100%.
Great season for Brad Hall. What I call a breakout season. 1.6 flat, 3,800s better. Wow.
I think he's going to move up, John. What do you reckon?
Looked like a great run. If he didn't make that mistake in Shamrock, the double hit, but hey, congratulations, Brad Hall. You're one of the 2 athletes I said have a breakout season.
Yes,
you and the Russian Gatukovic.
And it was a great push.
But it wasn't for that crash up in Whistler like 4 years ago where he damaged his hand.
Yeah.
That big scar on the wrist he still carries. Hey, another decathlete in the field. How about how many decathletes are in this field?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. And I think you're the recruiting tool for decathletes.
Yeah, bring him on. There's Brad Hall celebrating. Great season for him and Nick Gleason. Okay, now Brad Hall's in the lead. Top 5 sleds to come. Oscars, Kieber Mattis, Minkins. These 2 are monsters.
And John, the Latvians always do well in St. Moritz, don't they?
Yeah, they got some great results here. Kieber Mattis, Giannis Minins, one here one day in a windswept track, 5:10 start. Wow, that's 100 better than had the first heat.
That's velocity.
I've been on him as underperforming all year. He's only got 1 medal. He's still one of my favorites on a podium in China. I just can't go against this guy or going against Latvia. But just hasn't had the results. Maybe he's just trying to peak in February.
No, again, I'm in the hotel with these guys. They've had a few injuries through the season, as a lot of the teams have. And I think they're known for their starts, and it's really affected them.
1000s.
10 to 10 to 10.
Yeah, 7th best speed. That's not a good sign. Not too bad out of Shamrock. Only 1 hit. If he bleeds this down to 5, it's going to be trouble. 9. That's not bad. Not bad. So he can still be perfect here out of Gunnar Sachs.
It's going to be close,
and maintain. Not bad. Doesn't have a great result. He's 11th to World Cup points. This will put him in the top 10.
To the 100?
He's good. 700s. 106 flat. 3100s. Sanders Proust says there's something to cheer about. And the British, a lot of reasons for them to cheer about the season they've had.
Oh, for sure. Last season, I don't know if you remember, Brad and the team had the worst luck possible. You know, this year they've really turned it around and, you know, had an amazing season.
Do you ever have the brakeman bump you in the back?
Wow, John, I've got many scars on my back. When they get in, they kick you in the back.
They kick you in the back. But how about the helmet bobbing you? Does that ever happen?
Not so much in 2-man, in 4-man all the time.
All the time.
And you've got to give them a little back headbutt to let them know, you know, that they're being irresponsible.
Look at the sportsmanship, huh?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Okay, now we get into the medals. This is Gatukovic, Moritz. This athlete from Russia has had some breakout year. He's 2nd right now in World Cup points. Won his first event in Sigulda. Had the best start in the first run. Surprised everybody.
John, he's just full of confidence.
5:07. Again, the best start. That's what he had in the first run. Just started off as a brakeman, slid around for 3 years in the 4-man Russian teams, Kazanov. Started the braking to change, 16, 17. And him and Brad Hall. These are 2 great athletes.
Exactly. And, you know, when you get the confidence, when you're winning, when you're up there, you know, it just carries on.
His favorite athlete, Gatukovic, Mike Tyson.
Ooh, that's a good one.
2700s, he's got a lot. Only 11th best speed, that makes you nervous. This is for World Cup, top 3. He needs to put one down here. He can't get too far away from Cripps. Cripps will advance ahead of him.
10th best speed.
I don't know.
Speed 5, top 5 speed here.
Ooh, he might not do it. This is World Cup, top 3. He could lose one of those globes.
No,
He
he's got
only
it.
hangs in there. 106.03, only 1,500's better. The Russians like it. That puts him in a great opportunity. I don't think Cripps can get him. Cripps is behind him by, yes, he can, 9 points. If Cripps beats Gatukovic, Cripps is coming up next. Cripps moves into the 2nd spot in World Cup. I think Lochner's too far back in the points. So this is the race within a race.
It is. That's what we love.
Yeah, there's more than just Friedrich going out there and winning the gold medal. This was pretty smooth run. I don't know why he didn't have the good speeds coming down the track, but having the best start time is definitely an asset.
And again, John, you know, this is the final race. A lot of people are testing out their equipment, you know, in this last race. If this race doesn't mean a lot to them, they can, you know, take a chance. It's the last time they'll get to test it on this stage.
Okay, here's Justin Cripps, Camp Stones, excuse me. Cripps 3rd in World Cup points. 3 podiums, including the last time out. Just consistent, Cripps is, isn't it?
Really, really impressive. Really impressive. And he flies, especially in 4-man, he just flies.
Yeah, 5:12 start, but 5th best start, 2nd best velocity. There's some good teamwork. Cam Stones gets in that sled with that cat-like movement that you need.
Yes, and
He's way back in the start, so I give the Cripps advantage here already.
I'm going to give him good speed here.
Big speed, exit a horseshoe. He gets that number away. There it is. He's already, here he comes.
There you go.
7th best speed. Yeah, a lot of the sleds that went early had a better opportunity, I think, for speed. But look at Cripps now. He's pulling away.
Oh, he's pulling away.
1200s, best speed.
Wow.
Justin Cripps sliding into the 2nd spot in the World Cup. Big, big globes they give you out for World Cup. And Justin Cripps will do no worse this season than 2nd in the World Cup points. Right there, track record.
Track record.
3,500's better for Justin Cripps.
I think Lochner better watch out, John. They like that one.
They know that's 2nd place. Globe. You see, you're talking about the big globe.
They love the globe.
Those globes are awesome. How's the lines here, Glamin?
It's a great, like, he hung on horseshoe, you'll see.
Does he sled
He hung
flat?
on it, but it gave him a good line in. He was on nice and early.
And you can feel it when you exit that curve. You can feel the velocity.
Oh, for sure you can, John. Yeah, for sure you can. It's like horseshoe shamrock. Telephone doesn't exist because it's that quick. Here we go. This is going to be close.
Okay. Johannes Lochner, Florian Bauer. They got 100th of advantage on Cripps. This is his 48th two-man start.
So basically, they need a track record.
5:14. That's what Cripps had. 15. 5:10.
Wow.
So he's got the, look at the velocity. Cripps had the 2nd best velocity. He has the 3rd best velocity. Ooh, and that's not good.
Watch his runners. He's constantly tweaking them because this straight just wants to pull you left and right.
And Joe only got a 500 lead. With the 500 start advantage, he should have been 7, 8, 10 hundredths of back. I would think that this is going to get down even by the time he gets to horseshoe.
Oh, tap
There it
before
is.
snake. I think that hit him.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. This looks great if you're standing at the leader's box like Cripps and Stones are.
But let's see his speed.
German sleds happen to know this track well. 7. What's he got for speed?
7's best speed now.
No, I don't know. See if he flies in about 16.
16's best speed.
Wow, I don't understand that.
Wow.
Hannes has had a up and down year. A little bit of a slump last few events. 8th. Watch out, he could fall a couple spots.
Is he going to fall too?
Could have fallen out of the medals. Got Duca going to get a medal? No,
he
no,
holds
2nd.
on.
There it is.
Didn't Cripps and these guys do it last year in their 4-man? They moved it quite a bit, got a medal. Gold.
Gold, yeah. Cripps likes this track. But Johannes Lochner drops 1. He'll medal. And I don't think he'll finish. He'll move up ahead of Gatukovic in the standings. No, he doesn't have enough points. So he needed to finish ahead of 3 places ahead of Gatukovic. He's only going to finish 2 ahead of him. Just not a perfect run. And
there you go, he hit both sides.
Yeah.
That damaged him a bit.
yeah, he's talking right away about it.
But it's a bronze medal.
Yeah, bronze medal.
What about this guy?
Well, it's not a victory lap, but look at the lead he's got. What does everybody do when they come to the track? Well, who's going to get the silver medal today? Is that the attitude?
Well, I think it is.
Well, him and Thorsten Margus, they came out here as the junior world champions in 2013. I'd never seen him compete. He went on to win that world championships. He didn't medal in 14, but since then in 2-man bobsled, he's won the gold in 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21.
It's just so impressive.
It's unbelievable.
It's just so impressive.
His record, but let's not jinx him. He's got a 3,200 lead, and there are gremlins left on the track. Is it possible for him to make a huge mistake here?
Let's see how he gets through Shamrock. Look, he hit the roof there. Great line.
He's coming back, doesn't have the best. He's got the 3rd best speed. That's a hard hit.
Big hit.
Can't throw away 2,500s.
Can't you? Let's have a look.
2000s, 8th best speed. Ooh. Wow.
Cripps will be switching now. Who knows?
Well, it still is for the World Cup title, but
Oh, best
wow,
speed.
look at the best speed. He found the afterburners, and the greatest of all time does it again, 105.87. Doesn't get the track record. That went to Cripps.
Well done, Francesco. Great season.
Yeah. How many heats? He lost like 3 heats. He lost 2 in Latvia, 1 in China. He lost 4 heats all year, so you figure that out. 16 heats, plus the 2 heats in China. 16 number ones. The 2 heats in Latvia were throwaway heats because they hit at the start. And then he had 2 other top 3. What a phenomenal record this guy's got.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Just imagine being last off every single week, you know? He's tired of waiting.
Yeah. And Lamin, what a sportsman, right? He'll help anybody, right?
Anybody. Advice.
Talk to everybody. You know, what can we say about the guy? Thorsten Margus been with him. I call him now the new Batman and Robin. That's what I call him. They've been together so long.
Yeah,
it's like 60 medals, I think, that Margus has got with him. You know, and he uses a few other guys once in a while just to keep his horses fresh, but Margus is his man.
Someone asked him where he keeps all his medals, and he's got a big table with a glass top that he keeps all these medals in. Many, many medals.
He might need more than 1 table. Well, here it is. Friedrich, Margus. Look at Cripps, though. Lochner, Gatukovic. All the top athletes. Keeperman is starting to show a little bit. Yon Jung Juan from Korea. I like that name. Dvorak, top 10. That's his best result of the year. He might be just getting healthy enough for the games.
It's all coming at the right time for him, and one, you know.
Great finish for Frank Del Duca, 15th. Josh Williamson. Spring moved up 6 spots. But the season is over here in 2-man bobsled. Now you can start to figure out who's qualified, who's in, what teams are going to go. There's another day at the office. There's no arrogance in those 2. That's what I like about it.
There isn't. There isn't.
Just walk around Friedrich and Margus, and it's just another day at the bobsled office. And of course, the office here in St. Moritz might be one of the best. Watch Margus get in here. Margus is no small guy. He's the highest ranked decathlete in the field, 7,870-something points. And I bet you, we just had 22-man sleds come down. I bet you 40 athletes. I bet you there's 15 or 20 decathletes.
And look at him, he just disappears. Look at his aerodynamic profile. Fantastic.
Yeah, he doesn't make any mistakes. So now they're going to give us the World Cup results. And I was saying, Cripps. There it is, Cripps, Gatukovic, look at that. Look at 9 points. Lochner lost to Gatukovic for the top 3. Great season for Brad Hall. Christoph Hofer, he's been around. Seaman Friedlich's not even here. He's nursing an injury. The Swiss are really worried about him. 9th, that was a great season for him. Another brakeman that's moved up.
Yeah.
Heinrich moves into the top 10. That's pretty cool.
And that's great. That's great result for a Roman.
Cody Batsky, the top American, in 17th. Be interesting to see how the Americans name their team. Hunter Church in 19th. Del Duca just got up, but Duca's got a lot of North America's Cup points.
Yeah.
I think better than both Church and Del Duca. So see if the Americans bring 3 drivers. That'll be a challenge. But hey, Lamantine, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you coming by. We'll watch you tomorrow.
It's been a pleasure, John. It really has. One of my lifelong ambitions to be in this booth.
You got it, buddy. Hey, so tomorrow morning, women's bobsled. In the afternoon, 4-man bobsled. Hey, to my IBS TV crew, awesome pictures. Hey, so for everybody in St. Moritz, I'm John Morgan. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.